So this summer here I had my car in for a safety inspection. Here in Norway we have it every 2 years after your vehicle is over 5 years old, and my Saab is around 16 years old, and at the time of the inspections I think the car had driven around 320 kilometers or so. So these inspections, they really go through the car, checking for it if it's safe to use on our roads, checking for modifications, play in joints and such, rust in the chassis, rust on brake lines, testing to see all of the lights working and such. So when getting the result at first, I was fairly happy because it was just some smaller things, like I needed to change the wiper, had some problems with some of the lights due to I had changed them back to halogens after using LEDs and they were not working properly, I guess. But then there was one issue that I knew was going to cost me some money and also be a little bit of a headache. So they wouldn't pass the emissions of the test because there was meaning there was a leak under the bonnet, an exhaust leak, and they were just thinking it was maybe something to do with the manifold and such, and also quoted me around $300 I think just for an inspection to find out if that was the problem. And even if they could maybe change just the manifold gasket, that would probably be around $300 or so on top of the $301. But if the turbo were to be broken, or maybe the turbo manifold was cracked, that would probably be another $1,000 or so on top of that. So I knew it from the start. I was not gonna let the mechanics at the service center touch my car because I basically didn't have money for this. So I had to do all of this myself. So I didn't really find any videos and such detailing how you do it on this specific car, but I was guessing it shouldn't be that hard of a job, and we can see it in the video up until this point here. We are just dismantling the front bumper and such, trying to get to the turbo itself. We are just removing a lot of parts, making it easier later to be able to reach the turbo and change stuff. So I will show you what I did in this video here. Maybe I won't go into super details, but if you are gonna do a job like this, I would expect that having some kind of documentation and seeing how another person do it helps. And since you are starting a job like this, you also want to have some previous knowledge of like working on your car and such, I guess. The only thing that I was really dreading with this job here, if and which were to be a problem if I were doing this myself, if the head studs holding the bolts on the turbo into the engine itself were to break off and something like that, then I would be really pissed and I would just probably send the car to the wrecker. But hopefully, or luckily on my car, that wasn't an issue at all. The studs or the bolts on the studs went off fairly easily. I actually lent an induction heater from one of my coworkers, but I never used it because I just knew it from the start when trying to loosen them. It wasn't an issue, and the headsets was probably not going to break off. So it's probably not a problem to break off a head stud in general into the block, but then you just need to dismantle much more parts to be able to extract it, and yeah, I didn't really want to do that. But luckily all of the bolts I was able to loosen them, and with some of the bolts the stud itself was going out, and for the studs that was not going out, I wouldn't really want to replace those because they seem to be in there fairly hard, and I didn't really see the point in trying to get them out, putting force on them, and then them breaking in the engine block. And in the end, I've now been driving my car for a few thousand kilometers, no problems at all. It went through inspections, no problems, and we are likely not gonna change those head studs or have problems with those later in life either. And if we are gonna change the turbo later, they are probably gonna be in the same state as well. So this summer I also was unfortunate to hit a fox. So I actually installed a new, and you can basically see this as well in the indentations in all of my radiators in the front. But at this moment I also installed a new intercooler because I had an issue with the ECU putting out the error message when I were putting a lot of load on the car, high speeds and high like torque or going up hills and such. It will produce a turbo leak message or so. So also when dismantling, just know how you do it, and also mount everything back together in the same way. I think that is the easiest way. And when we can see here is the manifold on the turbo, we can see it is cracked, but there's no soot around it, so I didn't really think it was leaking. But my car at this moment had some issues with the magnetic valve, which is one of the things that was sitting on the bumper, which I dismantled, and it's like controlling the turbo to open and such. And since it was not working properly, I think it was closed a lot of the time. That maybe put a lot of pressure on the system, I'm not sure, but that maybe had something to do with the exhaust leak, I'm not sure. And the only other problem, not too big of an issue, was you see these bolts here on this EGR cooler pipe or EGR pipe here. I just cut those off, and since we were gonna change the manifold, that wasn't really a problem. The only issue with the 8 valve is that EGR valve, you can't get that piece by itself. On the 16 valve you can buy it for like $30, so just replace it, cut it off or something like that. But for the 8 valve you need to replace the whole cooler, so that is around like $300, so try to save that. Also, if you had for some reason a blown turbo, maybe change the turbo feed line as well. Maybe there's maybe a problem with that line, not feeding oil to the turbo, making the turbo die faster. And when checking my turbo at 300,000 plus kilometers, there was almost no play in the turbo itself, so I thought the turbo at this point would be fairly bad as well. And here we can see I changed a few of the studs and mounting the gasket. The only thing, this video here is previous to I dismantling it and doing it the second time, because when looking at the block in that video there, we can see there's some rust and such around the exhaust port. You need to go back and like make that surface nice and even, just sand it down so it's nice and even, you don't have any rust or build up there, so it will leak after you mount everything back together, because I had that problem. After mounting everything back together, I was very happy and such, but I heard a slight ticking noise under acceleration, and a ticking noise like that comes to problems with an exhaust leak. And when spraying on some soapy water and such, I could see I had a little bit of an exhaust leak on the side. Also pre-lube the turbo for it not to like take too much strain when starting up the first time. Also changing out the oil in the engine is probably advised, even though I didn't do it. And also I like with the new manifold and turbo, we got these better studs, so if we need to take off that EGR pipe in the future, we don't have just Embraco keys or screws that will break off at first time. And also there was one thing more I wanted to mention. Yeah, I think in the specifications when it comes to, it says around 35 Newton meters or 25 Newton meters for the bolts on the studs. Personally, I felt that was very loose. So I actually tighten them hand tight. So you need to be careful so you don't strip it out or break the studs and such. But I just personally felt it was too weak holding it on, and I didn't want to mount everything back together to have it leaking again. So I just hand tightened it with a normal ratchet, maybe like 40-50 Newton meters, I'm not sure, but tighten them a little bit more, mounted everything back together again. You just do it in the reverse way of how you dismantle everything, and it worked out perfect. I didn't get any more like performance out of the car because I just replaced it with another turbo of the same specifications. But if you're gonna do this job here, you can ask me down in the comments if there was something very unclear about this video here. I filmed it some time ago, so I don't really have it too clear in my mind. But just do the steps I did here, and also take in some consideration to the extra faults I had making this video, which will maybe make it easier for you to do the same.